one thing I did want to bring up, because I just noticed the B-Loo at the beginning of the video. So there's this whole thing, which I'm sure you guys know of. This whole thing with like, SoLLUMINATI and Adin Ross, which I'm sure. First of all, I feel like this shit's got blown way out of proportion, and in reality, I don't think. I just feel like SoLLUMINATI is reaching a bit. I just feel like the whole thing, he's reaching a bit. He's basically saying how Adin is demasculating men by doing all like the sus shit. And I don't know, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it came off as pretty homophobic the way he was like saying it and wording it. And, you know, especially him trying to preface it like, oh, I have no problem with the LGBTQ community. It's like, just you saying that and then going on and saying all this shit is like kind of hypocritical almost, to go on and say like him acting sus is going to influence people to either act sus or actually do things that are gay. And it's like, bro, I'm sorry, but like, it's the same problem I think with any outlet of media that anyone's ever had a problem with. Because it's the same argument that video games make people violent. It's if people are that way, that no one's going to influence them to be a certain way. I realize that people that make content are called influencers. I understand that. But that doesn't mean you have to do exactly as they do to be, you know, maybe if your friends all watch something and you act that certain way, sure. But to say that that Adin acting a certain way is influencing people to act that way as well, it's a bit of a reach for me. The one point that he brought up, that SoLLUMINATI brought up, that I was kind of like, not on board necessarily, but I was interested in, was the part where he would do this sus shit, or he would do like that kind of shit to people that weren't expecting it. And then he kind of reached again and was calling him like a predator and all this shit, which I don't necessarily agree with, but definitely I do think that shit does need to be addressed as well. There was that whole prank that Adin had on Zeus, where Zeus was benching and Adin just sat on his lap. It's not right. But to call him a predator, like, it's a friend thing, and yeah, Zeus obviously probably didn't like it, but they're friends, right? I'm not saying it's okay to harass your friends. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I don't think that this guy's a predator. I think he was making jokes on the internet, and I think that there was times. Do I think he went a little too far at some points? Yes. Because I think once you have that little taste of something, you're going to keep doing that thing in order to keep gaining your fame. Just like anybody else on the internet would do. You find that thing that people like, and you just milk the hell out of it until people aren't really liking it anymore. Or until like you yourself are like, okay, that's enough of this. And for Adin, that was, you know, being sus or being this, being that. Especially like around the rappers, like he would have all these rappers on his stream, and then he'd be like, "Oh, you're cute," or "Oh," you know, all that like stuff. I don't know. It just SoLLUMINATI's video just rubbed me the wrong way, just because it felt like, I mean, obviously it was a targeted attack, but it felt like out of place almost. And Adin kind of talked about this. I didn't watch his full stream. I watched a little bit of it, but Adin talked about this a little bit on his stream. He said, if you would have made this video 5 months ago, it would have made sense. Now it doesn't make sense. So, to be fair, I can agree with that, because I hadn't really heard, like, obviously I know Adin Ross is still popping. He still has a lot of loyal viewers, but no, I don't really see him doing stuff that much anymore. Like, there was a point where you would go on TikTok and you just see clips after clips of Adin just doing weird shit in front of these rappers on the streams and on all this. There was clips after clips of that. And now you just don't really see that anymore. So I don't know if that necessarily means he's stopped doing it, or he just hasn't had people over in a while. I don't know. But I kind of agree with Adin on that point, where he said, you know, if you would have made this video a few months ago, then people probably would have taken you more seriously. But at this point, it's like he's kind of stopped doing that whole thing, whole like shtick. I don't know, man. For me personally, it's tough. It's really tough because I think that there definitely are things that need to be addressed in that way. I do think the whole meaning behind like sus is a bit weird in itself. Like the hey yo, like it's whatever. But like, I don't know. It just like I said, it seemed out of place for SoLLUMINATI to talk about it. Yeah, and then he tried to go at Zeus and Bilu too, and like say how they fake reactions and shit, or like they're never negative in their reactions or whatever, or they'll be like, oh, there's never a song that they don't like. And I think from my personal experience running a reaction channel too, first of all, putting out a video where you don't like the song, it's not fun. It's not fun reacting to a video where you don't like the song. First of all, it's a boring video because the whole time you're just like, you're trying to vibe, or you're trying to do your normal thing, but you can't because you don't like the video or you don't like the song. I've been there. I've definitely been there, and most of the time I will just completely stop recording and just scrap the video because they're not fun. And if it's not fun to me, then it's not going to be fun to my audience. And I feel like Zeus and Bilu are the same way, where it's like, why would they put out a video if it's a song they don't like? And I get there's always these rappers and they probably get paid pretty good money to sit down with these rappers and react to the music video with them. You really think so? You really think like, oh, they have this famous rapper on their stream, they're gonna be like, yeah, this song is or on their video, oh, this song's trash. No one's gonna do that. It's like, you don't know these guys like this. Like, that's like someone just pulling up one day, sitting right next to me, and we record a video. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, your video was trash, by the way, or this song was trash. It's just, you just don't do that. If you say it behind closed doors, that's one thing. But again, like I said, those videos are not fun to make. It's like, it's not our fault that SoLLUMINATI just likes to trash on people all the time. I don't like making negative videos because it's not fun for me. Just in general, like not only like reactions, but just everything in general. I don't like covering negative shit because it's just not fun. It's not fun. So I just think he's wrong for that. I think he's wrong on that. And I don't know. He's crazy, man. I think, like I said, I think this whole thing was blown out of proportion. I think SoLLUMINATI, I don't know if he's 100% serious on this, or if he's just trying to like start a little thing for views and attention. I don't know. But either way, I personally think he's in the wrong. I think SoLLUMINATI's in the wrong. I don't particularly think like the Adin sus jokes were that funny. You know, there's a couple of them you're like, ha, you know, but then it got old pretty fast, especially to me. But also, I don't think I'm really Adin's demographic anymore. I think it's like 14 to 18 maybe. That's like his demographic. So I don't really find myself in his demographic at all. So, I mean, maybe that age group think that's funny. Maybe even younger think that's funny. But like I said, you know, there's a couple things where I was like, that's kind of funny. But besides that, I was like, no, this is kind of silly. But, you know, I think he's doing his thing. Obviously, he had his whole like crypto scam shit and that whole casino bullshit, which is a different topic that I could cover in a different video if you guys want. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, I don't see much wrong with him. You know, obviously he's just caught in that LA lifestyle where people think they're doing a good deed for people, but in reality, it's like scamming them and shit. So, but it is what it is, man. Also, I decided to put this video on this is my new channel that I put this video on. And the reason I decided, because I originally was going to put it in my reaction video, but I was like, it doesn't really fit there. So I'm just going to start throwing little videos up on here. I think I'm going to do, like I said before, I'm going to throw like random fun videos, skits, or probably not skits, like reacting to just random content that's not music based. just putting out my opinion on certain topics that come up that maybe it's like more YouTube related and not necessarily like music related. I want to keep my reaction channel mostly like music based. So that's what this video is. So if you came from that channel, my other channel, hi, how you doing? But yeah, so I think this is the first video. It might be the first video on the channel, which is kind of crazy. But all right, thank y'all, love y'all, and until next time, it's your boy King Boys Productions. Squaw.